Hey folks, how's it going? Hopefully you guys had a fantastic day, man. It is the 4th of July, so get ready for some fireworks. You guys might hear a bunch of explosions in the background because people usually like to light off really loud stuff. It's not just the pretty stuff. A lot of people like to light off a lot of I guess I don't even know the names of them anymore, like M80s and all that jazz that are just crazy loud. That's been happening quite often, but over the past 4 days have been the worst with the really loud stuff. So get ready. You guys might hear it in the background. I haven't replayed any of the audio and any of the other stuff to see if it's been picking up. Sometimes the mic might not even pick it up. It's just that I hear it, so it might be all right. I don't know. The only reason I'm mentioning it now is because it might be so frequent, it just heightens the chance of you guys hearing it. So I just don't know for sure, man. So, because I mean, it is the 4th of July and there's no control, and people are going to be super happy and just line up fireworks left and right, man. It just kind of is what it is. Yeah. But I really did enjoy the last episode, man. I thought it was fantastic. Them spending the entire time inside of Fletcher's cell and him calming old boy down, man. Let him know that everything's going to be all right. You know, just passing on some old head wisdom. Just let him know how he gets through it. He's been giving him wisdom from day one, but you can tell that he was having a hard time that night. Saying how around this time in the past he would have been out at clubs and stuff like that, and Fletcher was kind of like helping him get through it by telling jokes and stuff and giving advice on how to get through things like that. So I look forward to this one. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. We'll talk about it more at the end.
Oh, yeah? What sort of rush then? Getting released today, are you?
Nah, I've been looking forward to today.
Well, what's so special about today? There's only one good thing about a new day in here, isn't there? Replaces the old one. Cross one off, ain't we?
Yeah, but we're going out today, ain't we? Trees walking on grass, the sound of birds in the branches.
All right, don't get so flaming lyrical, Wordsworth. We're only going out to dig drainage ditches for the council, ain't we? Stoop for 6 hours over a shovel, doing a job that only prisoners are allowed to do, because any decent, respectable geezer would turn to stuff it.
I don't care what the Meccas do.
Yeah, well...
Yeah,
I must admit, I'm looking forward to going out today, yeah. Yeah, get the smell of disinfectant out of my nostrils. Not to mention your festering feet.
I change me socks every day.
Oh, yeah. But you can't change your feet, innit?
I don't complain about your personal habits.
What personal habits? I don't got any personal habits.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Oh, yes, you have.
Oh, no, I haven't.
You have.
Like what?
Like, you talk with your mouth full, you whistle out a tune, you snore, you spit.
How dare you? I do not whistle out a tune.
And deny those other ones.
You've got a flaming... This is supposed to be a single cell. This is by rights mine.
In her uniform, on her bicycle.
Yeah, district nurse, some old spinster with brogues and bike riders' buttocks.
No, she's young, Fletch. She's young. And nice looking. Well, more than that. Beautiful, really. And the prim uniform which she so proudly wears can barely conceal the voluptuous figure within.
Voluptuous figure within, is it?
Yeah. Which her prim uniform cannot conceal.
Barely.
Yeah. Her face is at once innocent and knowing.
Oh, yeah. I know them innocent faces, yeah.
Obviously, primitive passions are stirring deep within her breast.
Oh, it's a deep one, is it?
Definitely.
Here, hang on. What is this voluptuous, thigh-flashing, deep-breasted bit of nookie doing in this neck of the woods, eh?
Well, she come home to look after her dad, what's sick with a fatal tropical disease.
Oh, fatal, is it? I can kill you, know that.
And she turned her back on the bright nights, out of duty.
Oh, yeah. Yes, she would, wouldn't she? Yeah, because she could have been some sort of cover girl, couldn't she? Or model, you know, being chased by Arab princes and playboys and that, yeah?
Instead of which
she returns to nurse her ailing old dad, trying to subdue these primitive stirrings all the time. Until suddenly the day comes when fate, quite by chance, decrees that she should get a puncture right opposite the drain what I'm digging.
Yeah, I saw her first.
Naff off, gobber, age before beauty, innit? So I picks her up and dusts her off. Not failing to notice, as I do so, the prim, firm contours of her body, see? Now, she sprained her perfectly formed ankle, so I picks her up in my strong arms and I carries her across several miles of ploughed sludge until finally we walks into a lonely little cottage miles from anywhere, just the two of us, thrown together as night falls.
Where's her dad?
Oh, he's dead. It's just her and me, you know, just
cold-blooded.
alone together, the two of us. There we are. And she pours us a drink, and after slipping out of her wet uniform, slip-slop like that. And then she makes some food for us, and I eat while we talk.
There you go again, Fletcher.
What?
talking with your mouth full.
He's just writing a whole romantic novel.
How'd you manage to work me on this doddle?
You gotta be pretty nice, man, to actually get out of the prison. And even if you gotta go do some hardcore labor, at least you get to see some scenery. You know what I mean? On the way there. You actually gonna get the nurse? At least it's a lady, man. You locked up long enough, man. You know what I mean? Get to see a lady. But you did make a joke about her being older, though. There's the joke themselves.
Quiet, a lot of you! Just get on with it.
This dude, so
All right.
intense all the time.
Put some effort into it.
Oh, here, listen. Everybody's getting in there. I'm doing my share.
I'm just,
I feel like I heard someone that
popping
the
down
singing
to the
does
village
help.
to get some parts for my lawnmower. So, take charge, all right? You'll not be long, will
This
you?
isn't gonna go good.
You're a perfectly capable man. Ah, but there's a lot of them
Look
and
at
only
his
one of me.
He's
Pull
panicking.
yourself together, Mr. Barraclough.
Like those old like shanty songs, these single pirate ships and all that kind of stuff. They just call them the old.
Where's he going then?
He's going after that district nurse, ain't he? He's not so fussy as us, is he?
Now, listen, you men. Let's knuckle down. Now, my approach may not be as rigid as Mr. Mackay's, but there's work to be done, and it's my job to see that you do it. So there'll be no slacking, no shirking, and no taking advantage of my good nature. Right?
Right, yeah. So, what's John Harris doing then?
They so wrong, bro. They can at least pretend to do a little bit of work. These dudes straight up went and sat down, man.
It's great, this, isn't it, Fletch?
Now you're gonna pretend to do work.
Being out, I mean.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Yeah, it makes a change, don't it?
What do you do?
I've been stung! Really?
Oh no.
How much they charge you then? What have you been stung? You bit of bee, is it?
Well, how do I know I'm not a flaming zoologist?
Perhaps it was a wasp or a hornet. Yeah.
What do you mean, a hornet? What difference does that make?
It's a great deal of difference. There's a different degree of pain and poison.
Oh, it's a great big thing.
No, hornet, fatal.
What do you mean, Fletcher? Fatal?
Let's have a look. Oh dear, yes. I'll tell you what, gents. If someone don't suck the poison out of his system, poor old Ives here
No.
is gonna die. You're gonna die, Ives. Yeah.
Listen, Fletcher, that's
bogus.
not funny.
Oh, don't joke. He's obviously in some distress now. Don't worry, Ian. It's
Not
probably
just
just a
playing
nut
games.
bite.
Yeah, but I could die, Mr. Barraclough.
Yes, see, the spasms are coming on now. Permission to make a suggestion, Mr. Barraclough.
Yes, what?
Well, what we need is some TCP or some ointment, you see. Then all we need is a volunteer to actually rub it on, isn't it?
Virgil, why don't you pop down to the church?
But it's going to pour again in a minute.
You've got your bike. Pop down and lock the church door.
But why?
You heard what he said. There's a bunch of criminals loose in the area.
That's all that mess here just talking. A lot of people serving their time and all that jazz. Oh, he stole the bike? Yeah, he had to get out of there. Bro.
This one was done in Valparaiso. That's in South America.
Sir, I have been dropped in at Fletcher, have I not? I have been put upon from a great height.
I'm very sorry to hear that, Mr. Mackay. Is there any way we can help to alleviate in any way?
When I'm in at Fletcher, I absorb it with a stiff upper lip.
Well, you've got to when you're in it up to here, ain't you?
I absorb it with cool Celtic calm, and then I relieve my frustrations by making sure that everyone down the line below me suffers. Suffers!
Hey,
That's not fair.
Fair?
Well, it wasn't our fault we got locked in the church.
We might still be there now if it hadn't been for that funeral.
What were you doing in the church in the first place if you weren't skiving, hmm? Abusing my trust? Taking advantage of Mr. Barraclought's laxity?
Oh, dear, I didn't know Mr. Barraclough was suffering from laxity, did you, Lenny?
Poor fella, because we were miles from anywhere.
Well, yeah.
Godber,
Sir.
don't you imagine that you will be excluded from my spiteful resentments? See? Over the next few weeks, you will both suffer some terrible indignities. Your feet, Fletcher, your dinky little size 7s, will not touch the floor. I'm not one of your mealy-mouthed liberals. I harbour grudges.
He means it.
Man.
Yeah, well.
Still, it was worth it, though, weren't it, Fletcher?
Oh, yeah, it certainly was, son, yeah. Yes. A day out, bag of crisps, few beers for some of us, old eyes in agony, and on top of that, old Mackay dropped right in it, wallop. Oh, yes, we did all right, son, yeah.
You did better than most, Fletch.
Yeah, well, naturally, yeah.
I got something out of the day myself.
Oh, yeah, what?
Something I nicked from the church. It's a surplus.
You stole from a church?
Yeah. It's the only place you can get them.
Well, what do you want that for anyway, son?
This will satisfy a need I've had for a very long time.
What are you talking about?
It's to protect me from the gravy stains when you talk with your mouth full.
Yeah.
Oh no. He was like, wait a minute, bro. What's going on? He was so concerned. Like, man, wait, what are you talking about, man? You wearing like a dress? You coming out of the closet or something? When that dude was talking about singing old Negro hymns, I was like, wait. Oh, man. Help raise the spirits. Oh, man. God bless him. I did hear that actually helps, I guess, it keeps a rhythm or something like that. I'm not sure how much it helps the spirits or anything, but it could have. I mean, I didn't exist back then, so it could actually help us keep their spirits up. But I heard it was more to keep a workflow, to keep you from going crazy or something. Not really anything to do with keep you happy or anything. So keeps you productive or something like that. It was a video or reading somewhere they're talking about like sea shanties, and that's why it's very important, like the rhythmic things, and same thing with old Negro hymns and things like that. Actually keeps a steady workflow, and that's why it keeps you productive. It keeps like work lines going consistently and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sure it's gonna work so well, man. It was funny though. Like the Negroes used to do. But it's got to be pretty good to get out of the prison, dude. Being in those walls and, like you said, smelling sanitizer and that whole shebang, looking through a cell just to look at other cells, looking at other bricks and all that jazz, has to be pretty sweet to actually get out and get some fresh air, seeing the hillside on the way to whatever work you're going to do. And even I feel like even once you start doing the work, it's still got to be better than being inside a cell all the time. Something, man, having something to do outside of just staring at walls and a bunch of dudes all the time. And he did mention, when he mentioned like the lady, the nurse or whatever, riding a bike somewhere, and he said something, Fletcher said something about her being old. Like he kind of called it, but when you're in prison, it is what it is, dude. It doesn't matter how old somebody is or whatever. I think a woman, that's all. You just want to see a woman when you're just surrounded by men all the freaking time, man. I guess unless you're gay, but even just seeing another man outside of the guys you're constantly around has to be pretty sweet, you know? So if you're seeing like a guy ride past on a bike, if you're gay, you're like, oh god, some different, the guy in an actual outfit instead of a freaking prison uniform has got to be pretty awesome just to get out and see that too. So old boy is really gullible though, man. He lets them kind of like play him a whole lot, and they took advantage of him too much. They could have played it where they could just work a little bit, you know, lazily, just be a bit more lazy, but still get the work done so they won't get in trouble. Like, dude, don't cost the guy's job, because then who are you gonna be able to manipulate to do stuff for you? You know, if he gets fired or something. Unless they have like one of those like tenure systems where people don't get fired, just get in a little bit of trouble, and so they're not too concerned about it. But like, these guys are playing games. But I guess where is comedy if they didn't take full advantage of them? You get a whole lot for £1 too. I was thinking about that, but it was the 70s, you know. But that's a lot for a pound. That dude got a bunch of bags of crisp and what was that, like 3 pints he was able to chug down? Like, God bless him, dude. It's a pretty sweet deal. He got a whole lot of stuff, man. It's crazy how far like money used to stretch back in the day. It's insane. But yeah, man, this is a fun episode. I really enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. Very, very good episode. All right, folks, that is it, man. That is all for this one. Hopefully you guys are happy, safe, and healthy. I'll see you in the next one. Later.